Welcome back to Searching for Sports Cards, where we talk all things, you guessed it, sports cards. Today's video is going to be kind of just an update channel, a recap of how things went in the month of January, and I'm going to need some feedback for you guys because I'm not quite certain what I'm going to do on one of these topics, but let's get right into it. The first topic of the day is going to be this guy right here. That is the Score Mystery Rookie Redemptions card that we hit here on the channel. I just got notification from Panini. We are 120 days from the date of redemption. They are wanting to know, do I want to continue to wait? Do I want a replacement card of equal value? Their words, not mine. Or do I want to turn it in for Panini points? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm leaning towards just waiting it out, and here's why. Points are just not something I'm overly interested in. I don't typically get a lot of points. I don't have a lot of points. And more importantly, I can never find anything on their website to redeem said points for that I'm interested in. So points are kind of off the table, I think, at this point. A card of equal value, also really difficult for me to make a decision on that because I have no idea what this card is supposed to be, what the value of it might look like. So I'm inclined to just kind of wait it out for a while longer here and just see what happens with that redemption. Hopefully we get something. We might get nothing and we may end up with points at the end of the day. But right now I'm inclined to wait. Let me know what you guys think. Would you wait it out? Would you take a different card or would you take the points? Moving on from the Score redemption, I want to touch base on the Paul Skeens to 50 that was damaged, that was returned to Topps. I have heard nothing from Topps at this point in time. They have been in possession of my card, for almost a month now. I'm assuming I'm going to get a replacement of some sort. I don't expect them to fire up the presses and print a new one to 50. I think that card is just going to be gone forever and they're going to send me a replacement of some sort. I just hope that it's a quality replacement. What I sent them was a beautifully centered Paul Skeens true rookie to 50. If that corner hadn't been damaged, the centering was probably a card that was capable of producing a 10. So I'm hoping Topps will take care of me and do right by me. We'll just have to wait that out and see. I've seen some videos here on YouTube where guys do really well in these situations and Topps takes wonderful care of them. And then I've seen some videos where Topps will send out an envelope that contains several packs of Topps opening day and a handful of autographed Bowman cards from prospects that never panned out, probably redemptions that never got claimed. So I'm hoping they don't do that to me. If they're going to send me the Bowman cards with a bunch of crappy autographs, I'd rather have the damaged Paul Skeens back, in all honesty. So we'll have to just wait it out. Once I get a response from Topps, obviously I will make a video immediately, let you guys know what the outcome was. I'm genuinely curious. I'm not overly optimistic at this point. It's just going to be what it's going to be. So that covers Topps and Panini for right now. I want to talk real quickly about the retail rip and flip that we did on Prism Football Blaster. And I want to address some of the questions. You guys know I respond to almost every single comment that comes into this channel. I have had several questions about what my eBay store is called, and I have kind of ignored those, and I just want to tell you why. For me, it's important that that eBay store stay a separate entity. I really want that to grow organically if it's going to grow. I want it to be a product of its own success. I don't have a ton of reach on this channel, but I do the eBay thing more to share information and help you guys through your journey if you're thinking about starting on eBay. But for me, it's important that that store grow organically on its own. With that said, if you guys look a little bit, I'm pretty easy to find on there. But that's kind of why I've ignored those questions. As for the rip and flip itself, it's going okay. We've sold a handful of cards for it. I want to give those auctions. I have them all listed as buy it now or best offer. I didn't put any of them on auction. So I want to give those listings their due course of time to see where we land. And then at the end, I will break down every single card we sold, what the selling price was, how much the fees were, what it cost me to ship it, what it cost me in supplies, and ultimately what netted into my personal PayPal account at the end of it all. So I'm going to use that as an opportunity to kind of show you guys what it actually looks like from a small seller on eBay's perspective, what those margins look like. I think you'll find that information to be somewhat useful and possibly quite interesting. Also, we have the new collector challenge going on, which is something that I think is a really fun idea. Again, I don't take any credit for it. I borrowed this idea from Clever Cuban Cards. I just think it's a really fun thing, and I have not had a lot of time to get out and do anything to progress the new collector challenge, but next week I do have back-to-back days off in the middle of the week, so I'm going to try to get out and do some hunting for the new collector challenge on at least one of those days and see if we can take another step forward in that. So we'll get you a full update on that probably in the next week or so, and go from there with the new collector challenge. Drop me a comment below if you guys have thought about starting your own new collector challenge. I think it's a really fun thing, so I think you guys should try it yourself, and I think you might really enjoy that process. As for the eBay store itself, I've just got a quick recap here from the January numbers. It was an up and down month for me. In some respects, I would view it as a success, and in other respects, I think it was a failure. There were a number of things that went on the beginning of January. I got quite sick. I missed a couple of days of work. I neglected the store completely, probably for the first 5 or 6 days of January, which I think did ultimately play a small impact on what the overall sales were, because for 6 days I didn't upload a single piece of inventory. And if you know anything about eBay, it's just like any other platform. You have to feed their algorithm. You have to be active on it. And when you go silent for 6 days, I think it hurts the business just a little bit. But a breakdown on those numbers really quick. My goal going in was to build inventory and sell 60 cards. I wanted to do 2 cards a day. We did build some inventory up. We fell short of the 60 card goal, so I guess we'll call it a wash, and we'll just call it a mediocre month. It wasn't particularly successful. I wouldn't call it necessarily a failure, but the numbers break down as follows. Again, these numbers are small sample size, small store. I think a lot of it relates to what I have in my personal inventory on my store, what I've collected over the years, and what I'm trying to sell. Hockey, 3rd month in a row, 0 hockey sales, you guys. I don't have a ton of hockey on there. I've got some early 1990s Gretzky and Lemieux type of stuff on there. Names that I thought would be maybe attractive, might be easy to sell, but I think hockey guys are probably looking for something that's a little more niche specific to their sport than what I can offer them. But I do leave them up there, and if somebody wants them, they're available, certainly. And I'd rather sell them to somebody that wants them. They're just sitting in a box collecting dust otherwise. So WWE and combat sports, tough month for that category as well. 2.5% of the sales came from WWE combat sports. Again, that's a very small sample size of what I have in my inventory, but nonetheless, we did move some product, 2.5%. Basketball is in the exact same shape, 2.5%. Again, basketball is a relatively small portion of my store's inventory at this point. It is significantly larger than hockey, for sure, but just not a huge volume of cards on there for purchase in the basketball realm. So football was my second biggest category. This actually surprised me. I thought with the seasonality of the playoff run and all of that going on in January, I thought for sure football would be the #1 category. It was not, though. We did 42% of our sales in the football category. That may look a little different in February, perhaps with this being Super Bowl weekend. We might get a big push. We may not get any push at all. I don't really know what to expect in the football realm. Baseball was my top category. It's probably also my heaviest inventory category, so I think that influences it as well. We did 53% of the sales on the eBay store were in the baseball card category. Again, it's volume of listings. I have more baseball listed than any other sport, so stands to reason I'm going to get a few more clicks on baseball cards. I think that number will continue to drive up now that Topps 2025 Series 1 is going to launch next week. I think that's going to push people back towards the people that are multi-sport collectors, I should say, will probably push them back towards the baseball side of things as Topps starts to drop their new 2025 products. I do have 2025 Topps Series 1 on pre-order. I'm going to get 2 videos out. I have one blaster box coming, and I have a Series 1 hobby box coming. So we're going to open both of those on the channel and get a close look at those. So some of that stuff will maybe land in the eBay store. Hopefully a bunch of it lands in my personal collection. That's always the goal for me. I'm a collector first before I'm a seller. So I'm hoping for something good to come out of those boxes. I'm just not overly optimistic. I've seen a few early released leaks where guys have been opening some blaster boxes and some fat packs, and it just doesn't look good. I like the design of the card, but the hit rate on those blaster boxes has been absolutely atrocious so far. So not super optimistic on the blaster box. I'm really pinning my hopes on getting a decent auto and not a memorabilia card. I'm sure I'll get a memorabilia card. That's usually the way it goes in Top Series 1. But if we could pull a decent auto or a decent card out of the silver pack, we might be able to salvage something out of that. Otherwise, I'm not super optimistic. But I'm still looking forward to the rip. Flagship Tops is one of my favorite products every single year. So regardless of how the value turns out on it, I'm going to enjoy those cards one way or the other. So that's kind of where we're at here at Searching for Sports Cards, you guys. This video is getting long-winded. We're pushing out towards the 11-minute mark, so I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate all the support I've got, and I appreciate all the comments. Anytime you guys like the videos, it really helps out the algorithm, so please continue to support the channel. If there's something specific you're looking for out of this channel, drop me a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you're tuning in for, because I will try to expand upon those. If it's the eBay videos you're here for, I think we can get a little more regular with those. Retail rips, I think, are always important, because it's important to me to show, you know, the average dad what him and his kid might be able to expect if they buy into these products. We want to get a little more hobby heavy on the channel, show you guys a few more hobby boxes. I definitely want to get some WWE Topps Chrome. That just dropped, and it's a beautiful product, so I definitely want to open some of that here on the channel. But again, if there's something you guys want to see, drop it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to make sure that I get it done for you. Thank you again, everybody. Way too long on this video. I apologize for that. See you on the next rip.